Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for, let me see where you wrote your name. I think you put your ID, 7883. I got it. Thank you for doing that. So 7883, so you wrote about Nuclear War III, World War III, the possibility of having an all-out nuclear war. So, okay, let's take a look at your paper. So there's a few issues that are causing you a lot of trouble here, and I'll be honest right now. I gave you lost 16 points on the rubric out of 50, so that's 34 into 50, which puts you at 68. Now I'm going to talk about the paper in just a minute, but let's take a look at your grades right now so we can see where you are. So multi-draft 2, I give you 68. Okay, so you're not going to make it unless you want to make sure that you turn in both response journals. And maybe you might have done that. Let me check here for a minute. Hold on. Let's see what we have here. Now, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong paper here. I'm sorry. Here. Wait a second. Okay, so you got 68. Okay, sorry about that. Don't worry about it. You're okay. Your grade right now is 80. So you're not having any problems. You've actually turned in both of your journals. Your writing, I'm going to be honest with you, you just don't have the language, I think, at this point, to really fully express your ideas in English. So I don't know what you're doing, but you need to speak a lot more English than you're doing right now. Now, let me give you some comments on the paper. So the paper itself, you say nuclear weapons are immoral, others refute all these claims. I would say nuclear weapons in general, about whether or not countries should have them, that's a fairly broad topic. However, if you focus it around Iran, there is a big debate now with Iran and North Korea. With Iran is, should Iran possess nuclear weapons? Now, most people are probably going to say no. So then the question is this: how do we deter Iran from possessing nuclear weapons? Do we impose sanctions? Do we use military action? What are the experts saying? And that's your paper right there. That could be a great paper, and it's a lot more focused than what you have. So first of all, the topic that you have is it's just too broad. Now, one of the things that you're doing that doesn't work very well, and it shows your limited writing abilities, you go to paragraph 3, you say the dangers of nuclear weapons. So instead of saying the dangers from nuclear weapons, period, and using that as your topic sentence, you have to show me that you can put that into a sentence. That means you have to give me a subject and a verb. So you say something like this: some believe that developed and developing countries should not have nuclear weapons because of their inherent dangers. So that would give you a topic sentence for paragraph 3. Now, in paragraph 4, you say the hidden costs of our nuclear arsenal. But if you want to create a topic sentence there, you say another reason why people oppose nuclear weapons is because they create too much of an economic burden on the countries producing them. So now you have a topic sentence that includes those key words. Now, paragraph 5, you have the immorality of nuclear weapons. So instead of just saying that those words there, put it into a sentence. Say the last reason people think countries should not possess nuclear weapons is because it is immoral to have them. You see what I'm saying? If you can do that, then you're showing me you have some writing skills. I mean, anybody can take some words out of a magazine or an article and just put them exactly the way they are and then put a period. But how do you take that and make it relate to previous paragraphs, or even make it relate to your thesis in the beginning? To me, that's going to show what I consider a more coherent organization of ideas. Now, when you get to paragraph 6, You say safety of nuclear power reactors. I think here you're getting to the opposite view. So now you have to use a transition word. You have to say something like, on the other hand, there are those who believe that countries should possess nuclear weapons. And they say one of the reasons is the safety of the nuclear power reactors. So that would give you a better topic sentence in that paragraph. When you get to paragraph 7, you say nuclear plant economic benefits. You might say another reason some experts support nuclear weapons in countries is because of the economic benefits of nuclear power plants. You see what I'm saying? So then you have a topic sentence that relates back to what you said before. Paragraph 8's not bad. You're doing some analysis, I think, of information that you've already mentioned, and you try to interact with the information. So I thought you did a fairly decent try on that. So overall, though, when we take a look at the paper, you lost a lot of points when it comes to either critically analyzing or synthesizing ideas, but you lost most of your points on your sentence style and your language use. So that's really where you need to make more improvements. You need to do better, I think, with your grammar, your vocabulary, and all of that. Now, you got a 4-week break coming up, right? Now, remember, I'm telling you now, you got an assignment. You need to find a nonfiction book over the break, and that book needs to focus on a controversy, something controversial. You want to read this book over the break. The book needs to be a minimum of 300 pages. 300 pages. So your first writing assignment in winter quarter is to read and comment, I think, to read and evaluate that particular book. So you know now, today, go to Barnes & Noble, go to the mall, and get a good nonfiction book and start reading that over the holidays. And that's going to be good for you because you need more practice with the language anyway, right? Okay, your score in this paper is 68% out of 100. It doesn't affect your grade that much. I mean, you move down to 80. But if I were you, I wouldn't be satisfied. The 2 biggest parts of our class, the writing project, you can't seem to score above 70 on those because you're so limited with your language use. So read a lot. Read newspapers. Read magazines. Read longer books. Also, listen. Watch TV. Focus on news, history, science, and documentary programs, and that gives you good exposure to academic English. All right, anyway, thank you for submitting the writing project, and we'll see you in class.